So for all practical reasons, this is going to be my last video on the update of my progress for this puppetry presentation 1-minute short film production. So just to recap the technicalities of the concept for my production: to tell the story of the creative process through music. And although music is the main concept, it also is portrayed through symbols and as well as color or mood and lighting. Another important aspect of my technicalities was the use of mixed media, because this really does emphasize the mixed media and diversity in the creative process. Now, everyone's creative process is unique and very different. So the main techniques that I have been using and will be using and have been experimenting with are the following. The very first visual effect that I used was green screening, and the way that I used this was by using a key light effect to green screen out the backdrop of my puppet. I actually did end up shooting my puppet on like a yellowish paper, went into Premiere Pro and then enhanced it in such a way that I made anything that was yellow green, and that way when I put it into After Effects, the green screen effect was so much more flawless, because yellow was very faulty, it was picking up everything on my production and it was just messy. Next, I scanned in my backdrop, as well as the floor, as well as the lamp poles, and I put them all together in a composition, and I used keyframing to make them pan from one side to another. I also made everything on my composition 3D so that there was more depth and it looked more realistic. The next thing that I did, and probably the most difficult and tedious thing, was the animation of the shadows. This took me absolutely forever. Initially, my shapes that I drew up in Illustrator just weren't morphing and it was absolutely horrible. I eventually just took a frame by frame animation shape morph route, which took me about 4 days, but I did enjoy the outcome of it. I would have liked it to be more smooth, but we live and we learn. Next, I just had a rain effect that I did through After Effects. This was super simple and I'm very happy with how it came out. And then lastly, sound. I did an edit of Claire de Lune, which is the main showstopper of my film. And then on top of it, I did some Foley of rain sound steps that I did myself, and then I sourced rain Foley on the internet. These are all the things that make up my composition. I ended up putting all of them together in After Effects, and I did some of it in Premiere Pro. In the next video, I'm going to be posting the final production, as well as reflecting and talking about things that I would have liked to change.